This year's from the news. Johnny Depp opens up about Tim Burton friendship in new docuseries. Pretty new, November 16th, 2025. Let's see what we got. Johnny Depp was more than happy to dive into his decades-long friendship with Tim Burton for a new documentary on the filmmaker, according to director Tara Wood. In a recent interview with People magazine, Wood revealed she spent 4 hours talking to Depp over 2 days in France while compiling interviews for her 4-part docuseries Tim Burton, Life in the Line. Alright, well, if you follow this channel, I've probably made about 10 to 12 videos on Tim Burton. Who knows, maybe a little more. And I don't know. It seems like Tim, over the last 5 years or 6 or 7 years, has said a few times he's going to work with Johnny, most famously, no Addams Family, if Johnny's not in it, and obviously that went ahead. And nothing with Johnny. Nothing solid, nothing concrete. And, what I'm trying to say is nothing to help give Johnny a boost back up when he was down with the trial and all that stuff. But whenever Tim's name was mentioned alongside Johnny, that gives Tim a little boost in the news. That's just my silly opinion. I can't say I'm a fan of Tim, nor am I someone who hates the guy. Just, I don't see the big deal. He's artistic. He's got a unique style. I get it, But I just wish he featured Johnny in something and really helped him out during those years. And they quote Wood. I wish everyone could meet Johnny Depp because that's another one you can't explain Johnny Depp to anybody. You walk in and first of all, he's so disarming and kind that you're immediately at ease. He was very open. I think Tim Burton is his favorite topic, so he was very willing to chat. Depp is among several A-list actors and frequent Burton collaborators featured in Life in the Line, including Michael Keaton, Jenna Ortega, Winona Ryder, and Helena Bonham Carter. Right, but what was the last thing that Depp was featured in of Tim's? I might be missing something, but I can't remember anything out there, somewhat mainstream, big enough to give Johnny a boost recently. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. In the series, Depp discusses everything from his first meeting with Tim Burton before they made Edward Scissorhands to Burton's show of friendship during difficult moments for Depp's family. That's all good stuff, sure, but my point is, that was way before you-know-who. So, if things were so difficult, and they went through so much together, wouldn't Tim be there? At the freaking trial, around the trial, in the media, calling people out, going to bat for Johnny. Yeah, he said some things here and there, like I'd still like to work with him, and he dropped some hints, but it just feels to me he didn't really want to, sink his teeth in there, bring out that sword and shield, and be like, fuck you guys, Johnny's innocent, I'll prove it, I'm going to work with him. I just feel like that's what I would have done. I know, it's easy for me to say, but I just think that's what I would have done. And she says that Johnny Depp shared a lot, so much she could have got some big bonus material out of it. And alright, good for her, man. Johnny sat down, talked for 4 hours. That's what he does. He gives people time at restaurants, signing autographs at hospitals. He was being good old Johnny and gave her time. I just don't necessarily chalk it up to because it was a special thing talking about Tim. It just seems like that's what Johnny does with a lot of people. Life in the Line explores nearly every aspect of Burton's life and career, from his upbringing in Burbank, California, to his most recent film, 2024's Beetlejuice, which Johnny is not in, I don't think. Maybe a cameo, once again, maybe I'm wrong, I've only seen headlines and stuff, but I think I'd know if Johnny was in it. Gonna bet he's not. And I think he really should have been. That would have been a perfect thing. Wood notes that Burton's collaborators and friends identify a common thread in what she calls Burton's ode to Frankenstein throughout his career. The misunderstood monster you see in all of his films, Wood said. That's Dumbo, that's Sweeney Todd, that's Corpse's Bride, that's Ichabod Crane, to a certain extent. That character, that's Tim's, that's Johnny, that's Winona. I think that's what everyone would come back to. Yeah, cool. Like I said, I get it. He's done some good stuff. But I don't really talk about the creative side of it and the story and how good the movies are or bad they are, stuff like that. I talk about the human connections, and I just feel Tim could have done better over the years for Johnny. And that's about it. So, I mean, I don't know. There might be more details and people and some other articles and things like that. And I don't think Johnny's the type of person like me to get pissy and be like, you should have helped more. Johnny's probably cool. He's like, all right, man, you don't have to stick your neck out for me. It's okay. I get it. You've got a reputation. It's kind of like Johnny was protecting him in a way when Johnny's the one that needed the protection. Excuse me. Let's try it again. Take two. When Johnny was the one who needed the protection, not Tim. But anyway, I don't know. I guess I dug myself in this deep hole where I just can't get over the fact that Tim did not feature Johnny in a big project during those rough times. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subbed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.